Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Question for you.
Okay.
Serious.
All right.
You ready for a serious question?
I don't know. Go ahead and ask, though.
You don't know. When you eat a sandwich, okay,
All
you
right.
have a cold sandwich, and then you have the option of a hot sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Which one makes you feel fuller and more satisfied?
I'll be honest with you. I've never thought about it. I
hadn't either.
don't know if there is one that I would say has made me feel that way more than the other.
Are you sure, Brent?
Yeah, I
Okay.
am sure.
Okay, if
yeah,
you're sure,
I don't know.
So if you eat a hamburger, let's say,
Okay.
it's hot, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
That's
eat.
not a sandwich, though.
Well, it's a piece of meat between two pieces of bread.
Yeah, but I don't call that a sandwich. Do you ever call a hamburger a sandwich?
Well, if I put it between two pieces of regular bread, it's more like a sandwich than between two buns.
Well, to me, though, now, see, what I'm thinking is let's take ham and cheese,
Yeah.
okay? You can eat ham and cheese cold, ham and cheese sandwich. Or you can have a grilled ham and cheese. That's hot. Same sandwich, made differently, hot versus cold.
Which one makes you feel more
So which one makes you
satisfied?
more, there you go.
And to you, it doesn't seem to make a difference?
I can't say that I've really ever thought about it, so I can't really answer.
You need to think of these things.
Well, trust me, I will now. I'll probably go home over the weekend and make a cold one and then a hot one and eat them both and find out which one makes me more full.
Let's take another example.
Okay.
Roast beef sandwich. You can have leftover roast beef, slice it,
All right.
make a cold sandwich out of it, and put some cheese on it. Mayo, maybe, depending on your choices. Or you can, heat it up and have a, hot sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Sure, yeah. Hot roast beef.
Yeah. Neither one of those would make you feel more warm and fuzzy inside.
Well, the hot roast beef, I don't know how other people eat hot roast beef sandwiches, but I eat mine with gravy and potatoes. So that one's going to make me feel more full than just roast beef
that might be a very
between
good
two
example.
pieces of bread.
Yeah, because it's not really a sandwich then. It kind of is, but it's more like a gravy bread mix. Well, maybe the grilled cheese is the best example.
I think so, yeah.
So a study from Western Washington University finds that people who eat cold sandwiches at lunch were less full and more likely to fill up on chips and snacks compared to people who ate a hot sandwich.
Really?
Yes. The researchers think it has to do with how your brains are wired.
Now, see, this is a great question to save and ask Matt at Subway when we visit with him next week. Because you can go into Subway, you can get a sandwich, or you can get it toasted, which then becomes hot, correct?
And you can even have it just warmed
Yeah.
without being toasted.
So we'll have to ask Matt that question next week. That'd be a good question for him.
Well,
Do you feel your customers get more full or more satisfied or whatever by having a hot sandwich as compared to a cold one?
Well, yeah, that would be a perfect place because they do both. Knowing Matt, though, his answer would be, well, as long as it has more meat on it. But anyway, the study shows that hot food feels more like a real meal and cold food makes us feel less satisfied.
Really?
Yeah. It's a scientific study, Brent.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope that our tax dollars helped with that study.
Well, it was a university. I imagine there's some tax dollars there.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know what really that accomplishes.
But sometimes we have questions, that we ask our guests. I think that the question today should be, do you consider a hamburger a sandwich?
Okay.
How about that?
I think technically it is because it's...
I mean, I see your point. I just have never looked at it. A hamburger is a hamburger to me.
You haven't heard ever a word or two put together when somebody says, I want a hamburger sandwich?
No. Now, meatloaf sandwich.
Yeah, there was really
Which
hamburger.
really is, I guess when you think about it, in a sense, kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But no, I guess that's interesting. I just have never, as you describe it, I'm like, well, yeah, you're right. But I just have never, I guess, thought of a hamburger as a sandwich. I don't know.
You heard it right here on The Breakfast Show. Science says cold sandwiches are less satisfying, and you might go ahead and eat some chips.
Yeah.
Now, let's face it. If you have a cold sandwich, doesn't it seem more appropriate to have chips with it than a hot sandwich?
Come again? What
well,
now?
let's say you have a cold sandwich, and you
Okay.
go, I'm going to have a cheese sandwich and some chips.
Sure.
But do you often say, I'm going to have a hot beef, or excuse me, a grilled cheese sandwich with chips?
Well, valid point. If I don't have soup, normally when I do something grilled, like even a grilled ham and cheese, I have soup with it.
That's a good idea.
But there have been plenty of times I've just had a grilled ham and cheese sandwich, and I've had chips with it.
Okay.
Chips and a pickle.
Oh, pickle's good. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Well, this is all controversial information coming in from scientific study at the Western Washington University.
The more I think about it, the more I can go along with that. I bet that's true.
Warm is just makes your brain a little happier.
Maybe.
I don't know. I love a nice cold beef sandwich with cheese and mayo on it.
Yeah. Slice of lettuce.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't put lettuce on
Don't you?
sandwiches too often. No.
The best is when you get just the fresh leaf lettuce out of the garden
Oh,
and just pull a leaf and put that on your sandwich. I love that.
It's probably more nutritious, too, because a lot of lettuce that we buy is mostly water. It's not really too healthy, really. Spinach is really the healthy thing to put on your sandwich if you want a greenery on it. But I don't know. That's a very interesting study, and I hope our tax dollars will bear out on that. A little more serious side, but I think a good idea. Closed Sears stores are now being used as vaccine centers. And all those empty Sears stores are being put to good use. Without the clothing racks and jewelry counters, there's a lot of room there to set up vaccine centers. Around the country, health officials are using closed malls and their big empty parking lots to socially distance while vaccinating thousands of people daily. They're pretty perfect since most malls have easy access to highways and are familiar to the community. So they're taking some of the stores that didn't make it with all the changes in shopping habits and using them for vaccine centers, which is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I got a feeling you watched the show about the car that talked. It was an 80s show.
Oh, Knight Rider.
Yeah. Well, let me look here.
Kit.
Yeah, Kit. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah. Yeah, David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Michael Knight.
Did you hear that on the news this morning about that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. What?
David Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff.
Oh, yeah. Michael Knight.
Okay.
Knight Rider.
He's putting the car up for sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he had the car.
Well, he must, because he's going to drive it to whoever buys it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they thought they would get somewhere around $300,000 for it. It's still on auction. I think they're up to $900,000 now, and he'll drive it to you if you buy it. So if you have an extra million or so and you want to buy the car, it's still
does it come?
on the
Does
block.
it come with turbo boost?
Oh, I'm sure it does.
That was my favorite. When he had to jump across a bridge or whatever, you just hit turbo boost. Boom.
I knew you probably would know that show.
I can't think of his name, but who voiced Kit?
I can see him because he was in some other things.
Well, he was a doctor on St. Elsewhere.
Yeah.
The guy with the smaller guy with the mustache.
And it has
Can't
a
think of his
unique
name.
voice.
Yeah.
kind of British, kind of almost.
Love Knight Rider.
I figured you did. You can buy the car. All
Does
right.
it talk to you?
I don't. They don't really go into details on that. You might be able to Google it and find out.
That was just so cool when David Hasselhoff would just talk into his watch, you know.
Which is
tell Kit to come pick him up.
Which is reality now.
Yeah.
You thought that was well. I always think about Star Trek because you know that sound they did when they flipped open their phone, basically, or their beam me up, Scotty. You know, they'd talk into it like that. Seems so high tech. Now everybody laughs at flip phones.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, lunch at Thedford today. Let's see here. This is Friday, the 8th day of Thedford. They're having spaghetti with meat sauce at Thedford today.
All right, and Semmelmyrna Public Schools today. Choices include pepperoni pizza, taco burger, fresh baked ham and turkey sub, chicken Caesar salad with roasted flatbread on the menu at a.m. today.
Sandhills Dunning, chicken patty on a bun, tater tots, and mixed vegetables.
Brocabo today. Choices cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, taco burger, fresh baked ham and turkey sub, chicken Caesar salad with roasted flatbread.
Litchfield featuring lasagna, garlic bread, lettuce, applesauce, and milk.
Callaway today serving pig in a blanket.
Cozad, super nachos, corn. The cold options. Now, Cozad's onto this because they have hot options and cold options, and then they have sides. So their hot option today is super nachos with corn. Their cold options, peanut butter and jelly, sandwiches with cheese stick, taco salad, and cornbread.
Gothenburg today. Pizza, chicken Alfredo, and sloppy Joe.
At Arnold, it's pizza day.
Loop City Public Schools. Chicken Philly sandwich or ham and cheese foil wrap, it says. I've got Sargent as well. Today, corn dog or a plain dog. Chips, baked beans, fruit, and milk at Sargent.
At Ansley today, it's hamburger sandwiches. Or
it's not a sandwich.
Hamburgers.
A hamburger is not a sandwich. It's a hamburger.
It's designed
because you can have a hamburger or a hamburger on a bun.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, you can. There's plenty of people who eat a hamburger without putting it between bread.
Well,
you
I
say,
agree.
do you want a hamburger or do you want a hamburger on a bun? You don't say, do you want a hamburger sandwich, right?
Well, how many restaurants do you go into? They say, do you want a hamburger or do you want it on the bun? This is more of a home thing.
Well,
I mean, don't you usually...
How many times do you read the school lunch menus that says hamburger on a bun?
Well, once in a while.
Huh?
But is that...
I'm sorry, I'm just saying, to me, a hamburger is not a sandwich. A hamburger is a hamburger. I get your point. I mean, when you describe it the way you do, yeah, it's meat in between two pieces of bread. But I don't know. I just don't. I just never thought of a hamburger as a sandwich. Hamburger's a hamburger on a bun.
Well, let me ask you this then.
Okay.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just researching like you are because...
Well, I think I'm the one arguing with you, actually.
Yeah, I'm just going.
Yeah.
I'm just following the science.
Okay.
But why do you call it a hamburger? It's not ham.
No, I know that, but that's what it's called. Don't ask me how the name started.
Should be a beef sandwich.
Well, the old A1 commercial. What is a hamburger? Chopped ham? No, it's chopped steak.
So why do we call it a hamburger?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I have no idea. That's what it's called, right? I call it hamburger.
It should be called a beef patty sandwich.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it is.
Do we have guests? We do. We
Yeah.
have guests today. This is our question of the day.
And
Do you consider a hamburger a sandwich? Do you call a hamburger a sandwich or do you call a hamburger a hamburger?
And by the way, why do we call it a hamburger?
Wow.
It should have.
When I walked into work today, I didn't realize that the show was going to be this intense.
I know. You never know. We just have one little subject, and the next thing you know, we have controversy. It's not made out of, it's not ham, it's beef.
Yes.
So to start with, why do we call it a hamburger? Then why is it not called a hamburger sandwich? Because it's between two pieces of bread, like all other sandwiches.
Well, I guess I get that. That's a hamburger, though. It's a hamburger. It's not a sandwich. It's just a hamburger.
The phone is ringing right now.
Oh, is it?
I'm gonna risk it here.
All right.
I don't know.
I think I'm going to assume that they're wanting to call in on this conversation.
Or it's a telemarketer, or somebody wanting to collect some money. I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out.
Good morning. You're on the Breakfast Show. Who are we talking to?
Good morning. Press 1 for more information on hamburger.
Yes. 1. We hit 1.
Okay.
Okay.
As best I recall, I did not Google this.
All right.
But as best I recall, at a World's Fair in Hamburger, Germany, this sandwich was first introduced.
So you do think it is a sandwich then?
Well, at my house, we had hamburger, not round, but ground beef on plain bread. That would be a hamburger sandwich.
I agree.
Okay.
And now, I do want to throw in a little question here on this, Mr. Nath. I recognize your voice.
Sure.
There is a Hamburger, Iowa.
Really?
Yeah, just you guys have probably seen it. When you go to Kansas City, you go down and you hit interstate.
I think that's just Hamburg.
Is it Hamburg?
I think so.
Now, I had actually heard,
I could be wrong,
heard a story that's where the hamburger was started.
Well, Dave, I think that's where they came up with condiments like pickles and mustard and ketchup to enhance a hamburger on a bun.
Okay.
And a slice of onion.
Oh, yeah.
So here's my question. Overall, you consider the hamburger, and when I say hamburger, I mean like a hamburger on a bun. You would consider that a sandwich?
Oh, I think if you look at most menus, if you look at the titles on your different selections, it will say sandwiches. Is that correct?
Oh, you are correct on the menu. It's under sandwiches.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
under hamburgers.
No, it is not.
I'm serious. I think, I'll just take Applebee's, for example. I think Applebee's lists hamburgers, right?
But
then they have sandwiches, which is a totally separate on the menu.
Well, let's go to the tumbleweed. I bet the hamburger is under sandwiches.
Ugh.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Might have to call Carmen.
I might. Mr. Neff, that's some interesting information. So, in other words, it was a World Fair in Hamburg, Germany, is where the name began.
That's the best I recall. Yep.
Okay.
When they came up with a machine that would grind the beef into what we now call ground beef or a burger.
Right. And then at your home, when your mom threw ground beef on bread, that was called a sandwich.
We probably called it a hamburger, but we weren't treated with buns very often.
Right.
Yeah. If we got a treat, we would go up the road a mile, and Aunt Marge would open up the door to the stairway to the basement, and there would be bottles of Coke.
Oh boy!
Now, in my house, we never had soda or pop unless we were sick, and then we opened up the stairway door to the basement, and had 7-Up.
7-Up, yeah. That was always the go-to. Now, when you were at Aunt Marge's place, did you get some chocolate cake when you were there? Because that was really good, too.
Oh, there's so many different kinds of chocolate cake. Wow, even Aunt Ruth Burnett.
Mm-hmm.
I think her cakes were tailored pretty much after Grandma Rose, I mean, there's just so many different. I don't know if there's a bad chocolate cake,
I'm with you.
but
Yeah.
probably at Aunt Marge's, if it was more like a formal set down Sunday afternoon meal, there would have been probably chocolate cake. Janet would remember better on that.
Yeah, I remember Aunt Marge's chocolate cake. It was really good. Right after you had a beef sandwich.
There you go. Now, Marge Burney, the best part of the cake, she would scrape all that off the bottom and the sides of the pan, and that was her delicacy. After the cake was gone, she would get those little nuggets, the goodies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what great memories. Thanks so much for calling in. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Now, I love what Alan brings up in regards to the menu.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about that.
This is critical in our debate here, because as I think about menus that I have seen, I lots of times see burgers and sandwiches, and then it lists the your choices.
Well, I wonder if
which to me separates the two.
But don't you think it kind of has to do with the type of restaurant?
Could.
Because if you have originally what you call a fast food place, restaurant, that were selling probably based off the hamburgers, it probably isn't as likely to be called a sandwich. But if you go to a restaurant where you sit down, I really believe that the hamburger's under the category of sandwiches.
Yeah. I don't know.
I got a text here.
Oh, do you? Oh, good.
Attachment.
Oh, wow. Wonder if someone sent us a picture of the tumbleweed menu.
Okay, this is verifying and backing up what Mr. Neth mentioned.
Okay.
This comes from up in the Anselmo area. According to Food Lover's Companion,
Oh,
whatever
all right.
the name hamburger comes from the seaport town of Hamburg, Germany. So
Okay.
he concurs
All right.
with Alan. Here's a little more on that, Alan. It says, where it is thought that 19th century sailors brought back the idea of the raw shredded beef known today as beef tartare after trading with the Baltic provinces of Russia.
Oh. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
no.
Oh, my.
No,
Don't get
no.
Dave started on Russia.
No, not the hamburger going back to Russia. Oh, see?
I'm still going to maintain, though, I'm going to say burgers and sandwiches are separate.
Well, we're going to find out.
There's a burger. Either you can have a burger or a sandwich. A burger is not a sandwich. I'm standing by my thought on that.
We're going to make a call in the 8 o'clock hour or two
All right.
to some restaurants and find out
Oh.
just what's going on. We're kind of running out of time here, so we're going to take a time out and come back and play the game real quick before we get to 8.
For those 62 years of age and for those that are handicapped or disabled regardless of their age, the Grand Generation Manor in Galloway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Galloway. The Grand Generation Manor.
Happy New Year from Bo Bootery. We thank you so much for shopping with us in 2020 and look forward to seeing you in 2021. Here's a great New Year's resolution idea. Make your feet happy. With the quality footwear we have at Bo Bootery, you can make your feet feel great. From casual to dressy shoes, socks, leggings, snow boots, leather purses and wallets, western boots and hats, wild rags, work boots, athletic shoes, and more. We have it all at Bo Bootery, downtown Broken Bow.
From indoor and outdoor to out in the field, Ansley Lumber and Supply has what you need for your projects. There's nothing stronger than LP Smart Side siding for your home, and Pella, Marvin, and North Star windows can increase efficiency greatly. They have them. Does your kitchen need a new look? Well, Ansley Lumber has several lines of cabinets to choose from, and they offer quartz and granite countertops. Benjamin Moore Paint can freshen up a look, plus they have metal for your buildings, plus creosote and copper posts. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
All right, information just in on the tumbleweed. Debbie remembers on the menu that cheeseburgers and hamburgers are under the category of sandwiches at the Tumbleweed. Now, if you get a little exotic with that, you get the barbed wire or something a little more beyond the hamburger, then that's under specialties on the menu. But what bothers us now, or yours truly, is this possible that the hamburger, well, we know that it was named in Germany, and it may go back to the Russians. And if that's the case...
That's really bothering Dave. Folks, you have no idea. It's like Dave has not been able to concentrate since he read that information.
Well, it's very upsetting to think that they may as well just start calling it the Putinburger.
You want to play the game?
Yes.
Okay. We're just asking general trivia questions because Monday, earlier this week, was National Trivia Day. So here's your question. Which continent has the fewest flowering plants? Which continent has the fewest flowering plants? Your choices are Europe, Asia, South America, or Antarctica. If you know, give us a ring, 872-2801.
It's coming in. We'll pick it up while we listen to this.
Applications to attend Broken Bow Public Schools' new Discoveries Preschool for the 2021 to 2022 school year are being taken January 4th through the 29th. Children must be 3 by July 31st and not turn 5 before July 31st. Pick up applications at North Park Elementary or call 872-2982. You can also email christy.osman@bbps.org or kim.jonas@bbps.org. Fee to attend is based on income. Again, to pick up and submit applications to attend New Discoveries Preschool before January 29th.
Since 1917, Nebraska State Bank has been helping Custer County and its neighbors progress with innovative products and superior service. And they are here with you, helping you achieve your goals, reinvesting in our area by involvement, leadership, and donation as a means to help others strive and succeed and to further invest in our communities. With all of their locations here in Custer County, Nebraska State Bank is proud to serve you in Callaway, Myrna, and 2 locations in Broken Bow, and online anywhere all the time at nesb.bank. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. 7:59, and we have Peggy on the line. Good morning, Peg.
Good morning, gentlemen. You too, Brad.
Good morning, Peg. How are you?
Just fine.
All right. Question to you. Do you consider a hamburger a sandwich, or is a hamburger just a burger?
Oh, a burger, I reckon.
Hey, thank you.
I reckon.
Okay.
Just do
Thank you.
hamburger. I never ever said hamburger sandwich.
Yeah, me either. A burger's
That's
a burger.
Oxymoron.
Yeah.
What do you think Wiener Schnitzel is? Do you think it's a wiener? German dish.
True. I can't say I've ever had it, so I guess I don't know.
I've eaten one, but it sounds like it's a wiener. It's not. It's baby veal.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
Wiener Schnitzel, but a lot of people think they're wieners.
Oh, yeah.
But it's veal. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
Here's your question.
All right, Peg, which continent has the fewest flowering plants? Is it Europe, Asia, South America, or Antarctica?
Well, I think I've seen flowers but Antarctica, but I've seen them bloom in Antarctica.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but you're right. Yeah, Antarctica
Okay, I
is.
didn't see them then.
Yeah, well, the question doesn't necessarily say that it doesn't have flowering plants. It just has the fewest.
Oh,
So,
well, that would
yeah.
be Antarctica.
There you go.
I mean, what else would there be in snow?
Hey, if I
Well,
were
if you have not a Wiener Schnitzel, it's not a wiener.
okay, all right.
It's baby beef,
Thanks.
which I think is cruel.
Yeah.
It is a little. Thank you,
Okay.
Peg.
Hey, I think you like pizza, right?
I love
Remember?
pizza.
Okay, we'll give you a token for a free personal pan pizza, 1 topping at Pizza Hut.
Oh, you're kind.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks, Peg.
Bye.
Bye. All right. And before we close this segment, I did get to thinking about Alan Ness's call up on Rhino Table, where he was speaking about when he was a young boy and eating hamburger on regular bread, call it what you will. He had the joy of going to his Aunt Marge Neth. I think that's who he was visiting with and I was thinking about Marge Burney because there were two Marges up on Rhino Table. But either place you went, the food was utterly fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Whew. Man.
Isn't that cool how our, especially growing up as a child, so many of our memories, our fondest memories center around food.
Food, aunts and uncles, and grandma and grandpas, and
You think about visiting a family place, whether it was grandma's or, like you said, aunt, uncle, and one of your first memories is something special that grandma made, food-wise, right?
Oh, definitely.
That's pretty neat.
One of the ones that I know some of our listeners that have been listening to Casey and I a long time remember was weenie gravy. Because my Aunt Joanne made weenie gravy when we were kids, and that was for two purposes. It was tasty, and it was also inexpensive to make, and it went a long ways because you could put it over bread.
Yeah.
So you took and sliced up the weenies and browned them in a pan, and then made white gravy and threw them in, and then you poured that over bread, and it made a great meal for not a lot of money. And my Aunt Joanne at that time was keeping us kids helping my folks out during some tough times. And so we ate a lot of weenie gravy. Then later when I started working here, we had a weenie gravy feed as a fundraiser for the Prairie Pioneer Center.
Yeah.
And that's how that sort of thing happens because of those memories about that particular food. Maybe a little bit, a lot of people probably ate it, but it didn't get talked about a lot. It was just something you did to stretch the menu a little bit. Oh, well, good times. News is next. Right here on The Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. President Trump finally condemns the attack on the Capitol, and a Republican senator says he would consider removing the president from office. Nebraska's Ben Sass tells CBS.
The House, if they come together and have a process, I will definitely consider whatever articles they might move.
He calls Mr. Trump's behavior this week shameful and derelict. The president issued his first condemnation of the deadly riot in a White House video last night.
The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy.
CBS's Ben Tracy.
The president is attempting a complete 180 here. On Wednesday, he called members of this violent mob attacking the Capitol special people. Now faced with resignations from top administration officials and the threat of being impeached again, he says he's outraged by the violence.
A Capitol police officer has become the fifth person to die as a result of the rioting. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Gavin Higgins with you, and here is a look at state news. The official misconduct charge against Dawes County Sheriff Carl Daly is now in the hands of County Judge Brandon Rowland of Sydney. Both sides of Daly's bench trial in Dawes County Court rested their cases Wednesday, but rather than immediately issuing a decision, Judge Rowland took it under advisement and said he would issue his ruling in 3 weeks. Daly is accused of violating state law by refusing to accept 33-year-old Jesse Sierra of Pine Ridge as a prisoner at the county jail from the Nebraska State Patrol in July 2019. Sierra had been arrested for kidnapping and assaulting a Rapid City woman for a week, much of it spent in Crawford, which contracts with Daly's office for law enforcement services. Daly said it was because Sierra had been injured and he did not want the county to face medical or liability issues since the jail does not have medical facilities. Prosecutor Corey O'Brien, head of the Attorney General's Criminal Bureau, argued that Daly was acting out of spite because he was angry with Chadron Police Chief Tim Lordino and the State Patrol Command over not being notified directly that they were sending officers and troopers to the Crawford Motel. More than 2.5 hours of the trial were spent playing audio recordings by NSP investigator Chad Elwood of North Platte of 2 conversations with Daly, apparently made without his knowledge. The sheriff recounted in colorful language his deep, bitter, and long-standing personal and professional dislike of Chief Lordino and of the command level of the State Patrol. Daly said that in hindsight, his anger toward Lordino and the State Patrol Command might have influenced his decision not to accept Sierra, and that technically maybe he should have booked and then transferred him to Scottsbluff County, as Daly had frequently done with other prisoners who might have injuries. The sheriff also explained to investigator Elwood that financial considerations came into play in such decisions because when Dawes County accepts a prisoner in the jail, it's responsible for whatever medical expenses that inmate may incur. Earlier trial testimony included the state trooper who was trying to get Sierra booked, admitting he was also turned down by Sheridan and Box Butte County jails before finally taking the prisoner to Scottsbluff County.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
Big sports news from Thursday came from Major League Baseball, where the New York Mets completed a deal to acquire four-time All-Star shortstop Francisco Lindor and starting pitcher Carlos Carrasco from the Cleveland Indians for a group of young players, a couple of infielders, and a couple of prospects. NBA 5 games on the schedule. Nets knock off the 76ers 122-109. Philadelphia came into the game with the NBA's best record, and yet they lose to a Brooklyn team that didn't have stars. Kevin Durant, who missed his second of 4 games due to COVID, and Kyrie Irving, who didn't show up for the game for what were called personal reasons. Spurs beat the Lakers 118-109. It was the Mavericks over the Nuggets 124-117 in overtime. Luka Doncic for Dallas, 38 points, 13 assists in the win. Denver's Nikola Jokic, 38 points, 11 rebounds in the loss. Trailblazers top the Timberwolves 135-117. Damian Lillard, 39 points for Portland. And the Cavaliers get by the Grizzlies 94-90. College basketball, top-ranked Gonzaga now 11-0 after beating BYU 86-69.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, some fog possible early on, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. Do have a chance for some light snow showers, reaching a high temperature of 34. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy, some patchy fog late, a low of 24 degrees. Into the day on Saturday, some lingering fog in the morning, otherwise mostly cloudy, working up to a high of 34. And Sunday, partial sunshine, upper 30s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Questions about your retirement deserve more than just a call center. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. Let me show you the difference personal attention can make when it comes to your goals. Contact me at 308-872-6849. That's 308-872-6849. Personal attention, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Thank you, Janet. 29 degrees outside here at Broken Bow, Nebraska. The skies are cloudy and there's mist and fog out there this morning, so travel with precaution and care. Winds are picking up a little bit now out of the south, 5 and 6 miles per hour. Barometric pressure rising slowly at 30.29, humidity at 97%. High yesterday, 34, overnight low of 29. Sunset today at 5:26, sunrise tomorrow morning at 8:04. A trace of precipitation in the rain gauge this morning from a little bit of mist and freezing moisture and fog. Not a lot, not even 1/100th of an inch, so we'll mark it down as a trace. So Debbie clarified that the Tumbleweed Cafe menu has hamburgers under the sandwich category. Under sandwiches, there's cheeseburgers, hamburgers, and other sandwiches. So how does that make you feel?
Well, a hamburger's not a sandwich. I just don't think it's a sandwich. To me, a sandwich is like sliced meat.
Well, this is ground meat.
Okay, and that makes it a burger. There's a burger, and then there's sandwiches.
And we've lost.
I'm gonna stand by my viewpoint. I am. I'm gonna hold strong. I mean, I kind of follow and understand the whole. Well, it's between two pieces of bread,
right?
Usually,
exactly.
I get that, but to me, there's burgers, and then there's sandwich because when you go in, you don't say, well, let's see, what do we have for sandwiches? I'll have a hamburger. No, that's a burger.
I don't want you to get all riled up about it. Just relax. It's okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Another opinion in here.
Okay.
In my opinion, hamburger is a sandwich unless it does not have bread. Then it's a hamburger steak.
Yes, and those are good.
Those are real good.
I love hamburger steak.
I do too.
Okay, so, all right. I guess I'm surprised that, I guess to me, a burger's a burger.
Another little question, sidebar question of this is...
Maybe it is a sandwich. I don't know.
Do you like hamburger just eating it cold?
No.
Really? I think it's kind of tasty that way. Put a little...
Now, when you say cold, you mean like it's been cooked and then you...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I thought maybe you just meant
say you
eating raw hamburger.
You fried up 3 hamburgers and there was one left, so you put it on a dish, put it in the fridge.
Right, and then pull it out and just eat it cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that. I warm it up.
You warm it up?
I do, yeah.
Do you put anything on it? Well, sometimes I think if you, just dill pickles, sliced dill pickles on a cold, ground up piece of hamburger is pretty darn good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I've never tried that.
It's kind of like a cold meatloaf sandwich if you think about it.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I feel like I'm kind of painting myself into a corner now because you think of meatloaf, and I've had, cold meatloaf, put it between 2 pieces of bread, you got a meatloaf sandwich.
Yeah.
Growing up, saw Dad eat it all the time. I'd eat them.
Yeah.
And I guess you think about it, well, meatloaf, in a way, it's formed really just like a hamburger, right?
It's a big square hamburger, really.
Yeah. And I would I don't know.
It's all right, Brent. It's a personal thing.
I'm still going to stand by it. I don't know. To me, there's a burger is different than a sandwich.
It's okay. It's all right.
I'm gonna stand strong.
Just chill.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right.
It's all right. Let's just play a little music. We'll just stay in the theme of things here. It's called Peace, Love, and Barbecue.
Oh, nice.
And we'll have that from Marcia Ball.
Can we play Cheeseburger in Paradise later by Jimmy Buffett?
Or Steve Miller Band has one about cheeseburgers in his song too. Living in the USA.
John Mellencamp does something about it's like hot dogs.
And Cherry Bomb?
It's from that album.
Okay.
Lonesome Jubilee, but I don't know if it's got hamburgers in the title or not. Have to check that out.
Okay.
All right. to pose a question to you. We've had a little bit of a debate here between Dave and myself. Dave, earlier this morning, proposed that a hamburger is a sandwich. Now, to me, a burger's a burger. A sandwich is something different. What do you think?
I'd say it's a sandwich, because to me a sandwich is two pieces of bread with meat in the middle, and it can be hot or cold. And I feel like a burger fits into that.
Okay.
Thank you,
All
Joan.
right.
And let's just go ahead. This all started with a study from a college about cold and hot sandwiches. So this was a study from Western Washington University that found that people who eat cold sandwiches were not as satisfied as people who ate hot sandwiches. How do you feel about that?
I think it depends on the weather.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, when it's cold outside, I want something like warm to eat, but if it's summertime and it's warm out, then I'm happy with either a regular like cold cut sandwich, or I could go for like a heated up like a panini or something like that.
Sounds like we should come over to your place and eat.
My husband's a great cook.
That's nice. That's nice. Well, we all want to get a little better at some things, especially cooking, and I think that's something that we can talk about this morning. I did save the mailer card that came in the post office box the other day about some things that are coming up, Joan, and I know that's some of what you wanted to talk about today, so jump right in.
Yeah, so since we're talking about food, we have a quarantine kitchen virtual cooking courses class that is going to be bi-weekly from February 18th until April 15th. And if I've got that right on my calendar, it is every other week from the middle of February to the middle of April. And in this quarantine kitchen class, you will learn cooking skills from the comfort of your own kitchen, and your personal chef will call you, and together you will learn the skills you need to make some delicious food.
Wow.
And this is done, I believe it's going to be done via Zoom, so you'll be able to have your laptop there in the kitchen with you, and our instructor will call, and you'll be able to go through and cook some yummy things. You can either sign up for one session, or you could sign up for all 5 sessions.
That's a great idea. I mean, everybody's spending more time in the kitchen these days and trying to think up what did we have last week and what could we have this week. This should make some new ideas and some, the way to make them.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're hoping for with this, and we're hoping we can get a lot of people excited to be staying at home and cooking in their kitchens and learning a new skill.
Okay, and I see you've got a price for 5 sessions, and as you mentioned, you can just do one, so you can even just buy one session. That's great. And do they just call you to set it up?
Yes, they can call me here at the college at 872-5259 to get registered, and we'll be able to get them signed up over the phone and let our instructor know, and then they can reach out and get everything set up. Okay,
that's one of the things you're offering. Tell everybody what else you have for them.
So we have also got, coming up this month in January, we have a American Heart BLS providers CPR training. So this is for healthcare professionals who are CPR certified, and they need that BLS, I think it's basic life support component. So this is not for just like the layperson. This is for someone who works in healthcare and needs training as either an individual or a team member to administer adult, child, and infant CPR, usage of an AED pocket mask and a bag valve mask is included with this class. And pre-registration is required for this one, so we know how many people are coming, so we can set up all the equipment we need. And this will be on Saturday, January 23rd at 9 a.m.
Okay, all right.
And again, to register for that, they just need to call me out at the college, and I can get their name added to the list.
Okay, and it mentions here on the card that you can check for updates on your for schedules and your Facebook page if there's anything different or a little more detail. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm slowly working on getting our Facebook page updated with all of our spring classes. So definitely check in on that, and as I get stuff added online, that'll be one of the first places that it's posted.
Okay. I see on the back side of the card there's some other options that are going to be available in creating websites and Squarespace and Google products and brand identity. All those things are available. How does that go?
So that is a class called What's in Your Business Toolbox. And this one is a self-paced video format class that is running through the end of February. And you can do one class for $45, or you can select one of three of the multiple courses that are offered for $119. And if you select the 3 courses option, you get a 45-minute consultation with Tiffany Rowe, who is the marketing expert that is running this class.
Okay.
And some of the courses that Tiffany will have in this Business Toolbox class is creating a website with Shopify, creating a website with Squarespace, how to use email marketing, how to use Google products, social media strategies for business, and brand identity.
Great opportunity for folks out there. And this, of course, is all virtual as well?
Yes, this Business Toolbox class is 100% online. You can register online through the Mid-Plains website, or you can also give me a call, and I can get you signed up over the phone that way. And, yeah, I haven't seen these courses yet, but we've had a lot of good feedback, and people are really enjoying them.
Well, in the card, it does mention that Tiffany Rowe is very passionate about digital marketing, and when you have somebody that's passionate about it and teaches it, it's going to be a lot of fun and very, very informative and educational, so I hope folks will take advantage of that.
Oh, yes, we hope so, too.
All right. Joan, is there anything else you wanted to highlight today that we haven't covered?
Let me scroll through my list of classes. No, that's about what I've got for January and the upcoming things that we've got going on. Classes start on Monday, so there's still time to sign up for spring semester classes if anyone's interested.
Okay, I noticed on the card, too, that Advising Day is coming up later on in March. I'm sure we'll be talking about that a little bit later on.
Oh, we will, yes.
Okay.
And people can also call and sign up for a slot on Advising Day if they want to.
All right. Joan, what time does your husband usually fix supper?
It's normally between 5:30 and 6. We're early birds in our house.
Okay, well, if you have a couple of radio guys stop by sometime unannounced, don't be surprised.
Oh, that's fine. Y'all are more than welcome.
All right.
All right, Joan. Thanks so much. We appreciate your time this morning, and these are great courses. I hope folks will take advantage of them.
Oh, yes, definitely. We hope so, too.
All right, Joan. Thanks.
Thanks.
All right. Joan Jackson, she's Broken Bow Administrative Assistant at Mid-Plains. And, of course, oftentimes we talk with Casey Johnson, and I'm sure we'll be talking with her. She is the Broken Bow Campus Administrator that we love so much and have fun with. So that's some good news there, some good things happening right in our own community. We'll get a hold of Rick Nelson here in just a little bit. First, these words.
Are your aches and pains preventing you from doing the things you love? Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. We offer complete one-on-one physical therapy for you. Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. Team Physical Therapy is known as the best hands in town, and we will help you achieve your goals and keep you moving in 2021. Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111, or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Universal Insurance in Broken Bow today at uia-brokenbow.com.
Start your new year off right by staying healthy and shopping at Barney Health Mart, your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. They have many different vitamin supplements at Barney's to choose from, on sale now. Once daily women's or men's 100-count tablets, or women's 50-plus or men's 50-plus 65 counts are $5.99. Health Mart Century or Century 50-plus tablets are $6.99. Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. It's 8:28, and many of you I know are watching it, and you should be able to see our next guest, Rick Nelson, who heads up Custer Public Power here in Broken Bow. Rick, how you doing?
You know, pretty fantastic. How about yourself?
Really, really good. You are looking really sharp today, don't you think, Brent?
I think so.
We have
good morning, Brent.
Hi, Rick. Hey, we have kind of a question that we're proposing here on the breakfast show this morning. Dave and I are kind of having a little bit of a debate. This morning, Dave referred to the hamburger as a sandwich. I say that a burger's a burger and not a sandwich. What do you say?
Well, I'd say a burger is a sandwich, but a burger is a burger.
Are you are you getting ready to dive into politics or something? Because that was a very good political answer there.
You know what? I think I'd rather shoot myself in the rear end, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We hear you there.
Anyway.
Yeah, the other question with that, which started all of this morning, Rick, was that there's a study that took place just not long ago at the Western Washington University that found that people who eat cold sandwiches at lunch were less full and more likely to fill up on chips and snacks compared to someone who ate a hot sandwich instead. How do you feel about that?
Oh, well, you know what? It's all about protein. So if you can't eat the cow, then you're going to be hungry.
Okay. All right.
How about that?
Now, enough of putting you on the spot on these very, very hot topic issues that we're discussing here this morning.
They are very hot topics. But, you know, I'd like to err on the side of eat beef.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll support that.
It's what it's all about around this part of the country. How's things going with Custer Public Power?
You know, every day just keeps getting better and better. Everybody is working very diligently to get some projects going that in the long run have a positive effect on all the customers. But we're in the trenches right now and trying to dig ourselves out. So we're pretty heavy into doing some things, and the guys are out getting some stuff done. We're learning all kinds of new stuff here in the office, and it's a whirlwind of activity, let me tell you.
You mentioned last time you were on the air, I believe, about what was going on in the office was a big transformation with some software in your on the business side. Anybody who's experienced anything like that at all knows that it never goes exactly like you hoped it would, and you have challenges, and you eventually just work your way through it, and pretty soon, by golly, everything seems to be working. Are you getting close to that?
Well, I tell you what, by the end of the month, I hope I have one more radio show to plead all of our customers for patience, because the cutover that the customers will see will be at the end of this month. And, you know, but the fun side of it is there'll be a new presentment for the bill coming out. Everybody who gets a bill from Custer Public Power will start seeing a new bill, and it's going to be packed full of information. It's going to be kind of colorful. It'll be something that I hope everybody likes. But if you call in and ask, be patient. We're learning new screens, learning new ways to put stuff into the computer, learning. It's a whole new whole new interface. So it's but we're pretty excited.
Yeah, and we appreciate the patience that your people have had and determination because I don't know how it works for other people, but the transformations that have went here are always very, very trying, and sometimes you wonder why you even did it. But when you get to the end, it's all worth it, right?
Well, yes. The answer to that is yes.
We're even afraid to update our Windows around here, like Windows 10, when you update it, it causes all kinds of things to go wacky sometimes. So,
well, from the office standpoint, if you have 30 plus years of data,
wow,
you don't want to lose it, which means that there's millions and millions and millions of little bits of data that you want to make sure you get mapped into the right location and so we've spent the last 6 months trying to get that mapped out. Even today, after some testing yesterday, we found a couple of things that were, not quite right. So we're pushing forward pretty hard, and I appreciate all the help that all the office has, everybody in the office, because everybody has to learn a new software and everybody has to learn a new process. And so I appreciate everybody, all the employees, grabbing onto that and making sure that we can get through the end of this month and into next month, and hopefully things will go smoothly.
How about the board? Have you had a board meeting lately?
Had one back, I think right before our last radio show.
Okay.
In December, we've got another one coming up at the end of this month, which is our annual meeting. We'll be given the oath for 2 directors that got reelected. And that's the meeting that we usually reaffirm our memberships and some different organizations. And it's about 3 weeks away, 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away. So it's the agenda still has time to develop.
Sure. But that happens annually. So it's kind of an important meeting to get everybody together and make all the changes there as well. One thing about this Skyping situation, Rick, is that we use what we call a Yeti mic to talk to you. And so that means I'm kind of more free to move around. And while I don't want to be rude, I have to leave the room, so I'm going to turn it over to Brent for just a moment. I've got to go check the furnace filter, so I'll be back in just a minute.
Attaboy.
Bye, Dave.
I'll be right back.
Okay, Dave is actually leaving.
That has a 2004 date on it. I'm going to come unglued.
Well, you know what, Rick, that I guess we can kind of talk about that a little bit. It's never bad to remind everybody that it is good to change those filters. I've heard at least once a month even.
Well, it all depends on the filter.
Yeah.
And so go by the recommendation of the filter. Some of those are absolutely once a month, just in and out. They're $2 filters, $3 filters. Some are, $25, $30 filters that are every 6 months. Some are every 3 months. Some are, you take them out and you wash them and you put them back in. So it all depends on the filter. But that's a great way to gain efficiencies in your heating unit. So yeah, that's a great thing to check in. Dave hasn't been really good at doing that. In fact, I think, didn't we on a radio show take a mic in and take a look at it?
Yeah, and I took your advice. I'm back, Rick. I just went to the furnace room and checked because you suggested last time that I write the date on the new filter that I put in.
And what's that date, Mr. David?
Well, I'd rather not reveal that at this time on the air. I'll be doing a little manual labor after the show.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell, Rick. He just put January 20th and didn't put the year.
Oh, okay.
While I was out there, though, Rick, I did pick up the new Custer Public Power Currents.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
And I wanted to grab that on my way back in from checking the filter because I had briefly looked through it before. In fact, a little more carefully because I think this was the first one that you guys have put out yourselves. Is that correct?
That is very correct. And you know, we're really excited about this opportunity to share more of what's going on at Custer Power and be able to you know, give some insights to customers. I believe we had a couple of articles from Mullen High School.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of kids in there that, you know, talking about the pandemic and what that looks like to them. And we're really excited about, you know, having some high school kids share some articles. We're excited about being able to expand some of the stuff that we talk about. We're really excited. Good graphics. Taryn did a great job on that first edition of the Custer Currents.
It's really great. And you mentioned the story about the Mullen Public Schools. I read that. That was by Samantha Moore about how, and I was talking about the other day when I was mentioning, I actually had my head around Callaway, and this was the one that I brought up on the air because Samantha talked about the importance of, you know, making sure that we're as careful as we can be with this virus so that the kids can still go to school and still play sports. And it's our responsibility to help them be able to do that. I thought it was a wonderful article, and that is by Samantha Moore. And then Hannah Marshall wrote about life on a ranch near Mullen. I thought that was a fantastic story about how we think it's, maybe a little bit of a job to drive 2 miles to get to school and class. Up in the Sandhills, this story, and I know Gavin Higgins can relate to that because he lived up in the Sandhills and went to school.
Absolutely.
It takes a lot of extra time and effort and determination to be getting to school back and forth and all of the things. I thought that was a well-written article as well.
Yeah. You know, that takes a lot of planning in order to be able to do that. You know, to get to school, to drive an hour, to drive 45 minutes, to chuck the cows on the way to school. It takes a lot of planning to get there and get home.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a skill that, you know, some of these kids are learning, and I kind of like it.
I do too, and I thought that at the end of the article, the piece that Hannah wrote was, living out of town definitely has its flaws, but when it comes to going to school every day, I wouldn't trade living on the ranch for anything. I thought that said it all right there.
Absolutely.
So this is the kind of articles that you can do now that you're doing it on your own.
Right, and expand it. You know, we're not afraid to add some pages to it, so if we need to, we will. But it's a great opportunity for us to get a little bit deeper into some of the things that we do, and you know, it just makes sense to me. We're your public power district, and so let's talk about you. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about what we're doing. It just makes sense to me that we want to be more involved, and we want to get our message out, and so that's. We're excited about it. Really excited about that first edition that came out. I know Taryn's already working on the second edition, and that'll be out sometime in March. And so we'll see how this goes. We're rather nimble, so you know that things could change up at any time. But you know, that's the beauty of doing it ourselves. Mm-hmm. We can do it on our schedule and do what we need to do in order to get the word out. So really excited.
Yeah, very exciting. Brent, in this article, in this edition, I should say, is recipes.
Oh, really?
And this is for sweet, salty, spicy party nuts. This is by Chef John. And it tells you how to make sweet, salty, spicy party nuts.
All right.
And I think that would go good with your sandwich, your hamburger.
You mean with just my hamburger? Yes.
Moving along.
Yes.
You also, of course, have what we alluded to about changing the filters. You have a very nice graphic here of energy savings plan for the family, easy ways to save energy, simple things that we've talked about for a number of years, but you have it in nice print there as well.
Yeah. Yep.
So you got a lot of good things in here.
We're really excited. I'm glad you think it's worthwhile, and we're just going to grab onto this and keep going. And the main thing, like I said, is just sharing information and make sure that our customers know what's going on.
Gives you a chance too to kind of recognize your employees, and you had a full page on that with Jerry Sponel, 45 years, John Krogan, 40 years, Dan Mankel, 30 years, Zach Hammond has been with you now 5 years already, and so has journeyman lineman Alex Meeks. Those are the ones you kind of highlighted this time. You'll be able to do that whenever you like as well.
Yep, absolutely. So we just recognized them at the December board meeting, and so that's it's very timely, and it's a lot of years of experience was recognized this year, and it's just amazing that we have this much talent and this many years of experience working here.
One of the other things, and I know that Taryn would be probably unhappy with us if we didn't talk a little bit about the utility line scholarships, Custer Public Power line scholarships, asking high school seniors to consider applying, right?
Right. So that deadline's coming up. They need to really get on the ball and get that going. I know if Northeast usually has a waiting list, and so that's got to start sometime in the fall. But if anybody's going to line school, don't be afraid to get to our website and fill out that application for that scholarship.
Okay.
It's a great opportunity. So, yep.
All right. And I think the deadline, it's so nice to have this here. Mm-hmm. The deadline is March 5th, according to the ad in the paper. And then, of course, you have, the words from your office that you're putting on the second page here as general manager. Gives you a platform to kind of run through some things that people listen to the radio, but not everybody. So it gives you a chance to reach all your customers this way.
Right. So I spent a lot of time talking about what we're doing and what's for us what we call the Sandhills Conversion Project, or Sandhills Project, is that's the biggest project that Custer's ever done, and it's driven by a lot of things, but primarily voltage and the need to convert a portion of the line to a voltage that can help serve our customers in that area. So it's pretty big, and right now, today, we've got two different contractors working on two different line sections, and it's moving along fairly well. And I just, there's just so much going on that we need to let everybody know. And not only that, but there's other projects across the district that our customers need to know about, that we're upgrading and getting into replacing some more copper, which is an efficiency that we want to gain. There's losses in that copper wire, so when you can trim the budget all you want, but the low-hanging fruit is what we pay over and above what we sell, and so those are losses. And it's kind of like the foam on top of the beer. You pay for that, but you don't get to enjoy it. So
that's a good analysis. One of the things I think that we forget about so often, and it's noted here in the Mullen Public Schools edition from Samantha and Hannah, is that Custer Public Power District has 13 schools in 8,000 square miles of service territory. That's a lot, Rick. That's more than I think most people realize.
Yeah, so it's all of or part of 13 counties in Nebraska. And, we go out way west of Mullen, way west of Tryon, up to the Calamus, down past Hazard. It's a pretty big box. And so we like to, in order to serve that, we like to keep people in Thetford and Stapleton, Sargent, and Callaway, along with the Broken Bow office. It's important for us to be able to respond to customers, and that's kind of how we got things manned right now. And it's a big area. It's more than just one county.
Yeah.
And so it's but we have a lot of great customers out there, and we, whether you live, I've said this for a lot of years, whether you live 20 miles north of Mullen or right next to Broken Bow, you deserve the same service. And so that's what we're trying to achieve. That's what we're trying to get to. That's actually plays into part of the Sand Hills project is that quality of service.
There's a lot of the work right now just happens to be in that Halsey, Seneca, Mullen area. So
right.
It's their turn, and there's some inconveniences with that, but it really makes everything better. And it always amazes us to talk about how, even though our population is stable, it's much less than it was 40 years ago, but our demand for electricity is, I don't know what times 10 or whatever it would be, but our demand continues because of the way we farm, ranch, and have industry and homes.
Yeah. So big driver is just the home. More electronics, more stuff plugged in, and but like you say, another driver is irrigation, grain beds. We've gone up in usage. It fluctuates depending on the year, but we peaked at about 218 megawatt or 118 megawatts in 2017. But then, the last couple of years, 18 and 19 weren't even close to that. So we fluctuate, but over the long haul, yes, that we continue to see a rise in usage. Yep.
Do you think, you remember when you were kind of working down in the Cumro area a number of years ago, and you had a new substation, either rebuilt one or added one, I don't remember.
Added one.
You
yep.
added one down there, and
yep.
so the service down there has been improved. But that one particular day, you named the substation the Bob Bowles substation.
Absolutely.
I'm just here to tell you, Rick, I don't know, maybe it's just because the way things are going these days, I feel a little more emotion than I used to. I got to tell you that, I was hoping someday there would be a David J. Substation, only on a permanent basis. You got the bar talks and the home aunts and all that. Why can't there be a David J. Substation?
I get it.
Maybe a happy substation.
Is there some kind of application or something that we can fill out to get the ball rolling on this?
You actually have to be a mayor of a community in order to get that. In order to get that designation. If you remember, Bob Bowles was the mayor down in Cumro.
That's right.
Do you have to drink a lot of that? What was that called?
It's a brownish kind of liquid.
Yeah, it was a hot. Was it? It was a hot beer. It was like come in a keg, and they had these big meetings there in the garage all the time. They had city village meetings there.
Even had to call special ones, from what I understand.
They had a lot of special ones.
meetings.
A lot of special ones. In fact, there might have been a nightly special meeting.
I think they went into I think they went into executive session a lot too.
Yeah, every meeting was a discussion. Well, here's the thing, Rick. I can't get into the Athletic Hall of Fame here at Broken Bow. I was told by one of the people that has the honor of being on the wall at the school that he didn't think I would ever make it. And I just thought, since we were buddies and friends, that someday I could have my name on a substation at least.
You know, all you got to do is put that thought in the back of my head, and someday that will come true.
Wow.
Yes,
probably after I'm dead.
Yeah. It'll be the memorial substation.
Yeah. All kidding aside, those names that are on those substations are familiar names of farms and ranches in different areas. And you have put in some new substations and renovated some substations out there. And right now, the hot spot for improvements is in the Sandhills, which is good to hear.
Right. So you brought up Cumro. That was 10, 12 years ago, or thereabouts, I guess, 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was an area that needed voltage support. We've got a new substation called the Weinman Substation south of Arnold. Again, voltage support. We've got a new substation and rebuilt some line over south of Stapleton, in between Stapleton and North Platte, called the Brocia Substation. And again, that's voltage support. We've built new line up by Taylor. We've done a lot of stuff throughout our service territory, and we kind of like to hit areas and then move it around a little bit. And so you're right, the Thedford, Mullen, Halsey, Dunning area is in the bullseye right now, and there's a lot of activity going on up there. But then it shifts back around. We're doing a lot of copper replacement in the Homont area. And we just got done with a lot of copper replacement in the Anselmo and Broken Bow area. So we're hitting all areas of our service territory, and I think that's the essence of public power is serving the customer, whether they live outside of Broken Bow or 20 miles north of Mullen.
Okay. That's how it's working, folks, and it's working for you. And we love to turn that light switch on and not even think about it, but we have to have all these things happen for that convenience to be there all the time. And we're one of the rare states that have public power, and I think most all people appreciate that. Rick, is there anything else today that we didn't touch on that you wanted to highlight?
No, talk about the magazine, that was one thing I wanted to hit. The projects that we got going on. We'll be continuing it. By the end of this year, people will be tired of me talking about it. I guarantee you. But in order to keep everybody updated, I'll give progress reports. I know we got a lot of poles set up in that Halsey to Thedford area. Got some new wire hung between Seneca and Mullen. So there's going to be some poles starting to go up between Thedford and Seneca. There's a ton of activity going on, and like I said, I'm probably going to start to bore people, but I think it's important to let everybody know where we're at.
Okay. And look for the magazine to come out in March. If you haven't seen the January, February edition, do so. Taryn did a great job, and I'm sure there's lots of other people involved in that. And one of the final things before we close, I think you ended your article with, was at Custer Public Power in this year, 2021, maybe the last time we see an adjustment to the wholesale power. So we'll want to enjoy that while we can, right?
Right. So there's it's called a power cost adjustment, or a PCA is what we refer to it as. Electric utilities, we have acronyms for everything. So it's a PCA. power cost adjustment, and it's actually in the negative side. So everybody on their bill is going to see a pretty good chunk of change coming back in 2021. I don't see that as we move forward, but there are some other things that we hope will continue to keep costs down. So we're pretty excited about being able to pass that back to the customer in its entirety, and the board was pretty adamant about that. I feel really good with our financial position, so being able to do that is certainly a pleasure that I enjoy. And so 2021, starting in February, they'll see a new dollar figure coming off their power bill or off their electric bill. And so that's it'll be a little bit bigger than the one we gave in 2020, but so it'll be good, Dave.
Okay.
Pretty exciting stuff.
All right. Thanks so much. Please
Right.
consider that substation. I wouldn't mind having one over around Callaway with my name on it. I got some family over there to be free. Just don't put Gene Snaringer's name on any of them, okay?
Well, yeah. Okay.
Happy New Year, my friend.
Same to you, Brent. It's good to hear from you.
Thanks, Rick. Good to see you, man.
Take care.
Talk to you later.
All right. Rick Nelson heads up Custer Public Power, and some good news, little reduction in the cost of your electricity, and as Rick said, probably the last time that will happen. We're going to take a time out, and we'll be back. Stay tuned.
There's still time to set new goals for 2021. Bank smarter and stretch your dollar further with Premier Checking from Bruning Bank. With Premier Checking, you earn interest on your account for completing simple actions you already do. Currently have an account with us? Transitioning takes less than a minute. Interested in setting up a new account? Sign up is quick and easy. Stop in or call one of our friendly customer service representatives to get started. Visit bruningbank.com for rates and details. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Don't let winter weather and the fear of falling keep you stranded for the season. Poor balance doesn't have to be a consequence of aging. Pearson Physical Therapy has been helping their patients stay on their feet and take back their independence through individualized balance training programs. Reduce your chance for falls and regain your confidence this winter by calling 872-5800 for a free fall risk assessment from Pearson Physical Therapy, offering clinic, home, and telemedicine visits. Don't fall, give Pearson's a call at 872-5800.
We've all heard it. Eat healthy. But what does eating healthy mean? Sure, there are countless diets out there, but they contradict each other. Yet all experts agree we should eat a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. Whole fruits and vegetables are the perfect fuel to power the cells in your body, giving you the stamina you need to handle your day-to-day activities. And that's what Balance of Nature is. Whole fruits and vegetables delivered to you in a convenient capsule form for only 22 cents a serving. Our proprietary blend has no additives or fillers, just the full nutritional value of 31 different fruits and vegetables. Balance of Nature provides you with a natural energy boost without a caffeine crash, a 3 o'clock slump, or an early bedtime. Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself by going to balanceofnature.com or by calling 1-800-2468-751 and use discount code FRUITS.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. Calls from Democrats to remove President Trump grow after Wednesday's attack on the U.S. Capitol.
This is urgent. This is emergency of the highest magnitude.
House Speaker Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer lead the way.
If the 25th Amendment isn't invoked, the next best thing is impeachment ASAP.
Republican Senator Ben Sass tells CBS he would consider impeachment articles.
Donald Trump has acted shamefully. He has been in flagrant dereliction of his duty, and he will be remembered for having incited this and for having drawn more division into an already divided people.
For the first time, the president has condemned the attack in a White House video.
The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy.
Speaker Pelosi has just ordered flags at the Capitol to fly at half-staff in honor of a police officer killed in the attack. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Deb Carson.
Starting with NFL coaching news, the Jaguars are scheduled to meet with Urban Meyer later today regarding the team's head coaching vacancy, according to NFL media. No deal is imminent at this point, and the team does have an interview scheduled with another candidate as well. Buccaneers receiver Mike Evans returned to practice on Thursday, but is still questionable for Saturday night's wild card game in Washington because of the hyperextended knee he suffered last Sunday against the Falcons. And in college football news, The Athletic is reporting Michigan and Coach Jim Harbaugh are finalizing a 5-year deal worth less than his current $8 million per year salary. This one is worth $4 million a year with incentives that could elevate it to $8 million. And in NBA action, the Mavericks got by the Nuggets 124-117 in overtime. Luka Doncic had 38 points, 13 assists in the win.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, some fog possible early on, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. Do have a chance for some light snow showers, reaching a high temperature of 34. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy, some patchy fog late, a low of 24 degrees. Into the day on Saturday, some lingering fog in the morning, otherwise mostly cloudy, working up to a high of 34. And Sunday, partial sunshine, upper 30s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Did you have pivots underwater this year? Custer Electric and Irrigation's inspection process checks your center drives and gearboxes to fix any potential water damage that could hold you back this spring. It's a 46-point checklist and a service guarantee that gives peace of mind without stretching your budget. Get on the inspection list and enjoy 10% off all parts used. Now through February 2021, the Driveline conversion program is going on. If you are in the market to upgrade your Driveline to Zematic by Lindsay products, you get a $50 per tower rebate. Don't forget that Custer Electric and Irrigation is your electrician too. From grain bin, reed wires, augers, and other bin repairs to residential electrical like new homes, remodels, troubleshooting, and more. They do commercial electrical too. Lance and the crew can repair motors and generators, wired new or remodeled shops, and much more. Call Custer Electric and Irrigation today at 872-7786. Check them out on Facebook or at custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
29 degrees outside. Now, Brent, we're going to switch from, if you don't mind, from sandwiches / hamburgers and that debate.
Okay, sure. Yep.
And I know that it's not really fun to talk about the event that took place at the Capitol this week. It's saddening and heartbreaking, as we talked yesterday. But one of the things that just still amazes me with people, whether it's when they're committing a crime or when they're doing things that are going to get them in trouble and embarrass them, or there's been some things that happened with all the Zooming and all the things with business meetings where people have showed the world some things that they didn't want them to see. And so there was nothing funny about it at all, but when those people, all those people in my mind that went through the windows at the Capitol are now domestic terrorists. Once they went into our Capitol, they're no longer just American citizens, they're domestic terrorists. So why then would you walk in like you're a tourist with your phone and then they're videoing like it's a vacation trip and they take selfies of themselves. They even took a selfie with one of the cops, believe it or not. How the cop would allow that, I don't know. So he don't have a job anymore. And the folks who posed for pictures are going to be arrested. And they're going to be, in many cases, federal offenses. When do people, when they grab onto a telephone, where does their brain go? Or I should say when they're videoing or taking pictures. Because it's a documentation. It's a record. It's like finding an envelope of pictures of bad things that you have done and have somebody else find it. But instead of hiding it or avoiding that, they post it.
Yeah.
Blows me away. Well, do you have any comprehension of why Somebody would take a picture of themselves doing a crime?
No.
I mean,
but I think it's, and I was talking to you about this the other day. It is, I can do it, so therefore it's okay.
Watch me do
it. Because I got to be careful. I don't want to get on my soapbox here, but
well, I like your soapbox, so it doesn't bother me if you do it because it stretches beyond this event.
It absolutely. Yeah. I think so, and you talk about things that are heartbreaking, and there are heartbreaking things that I have seen in society for the past several years that have continued to manifest themselves, and to me, it's the line between right and wrong is disappearing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like gone. Because if I can do it, then I should be able to do it. No matter what you think about it, or no matter whether it's wrong or not, it's my choice to do it, so it's okay. And
I'm with
that has just created terrible problems and things in our society.
It has.
I think.
The idea that you can break the law or hurt somebody else or lie or cheat and it's okay has become commonplace. Not only commonplace, then the other side of the start of this conversation, they actually document it and are proud of it. Just don't get it. I'm hoping maybe we can turn the corner and get back to some decency with some of these things. We'll have to wait and see. Now, I just got a text on. We're going to have to go back to the sandwich thing here.
Okay, all right.
But it's pretty cool that people are jumping in here.
Oh, this is great, yeah.
Okay, Andrew.
And what a fun, harmless topic to talk about.
Yeah.
Is a burger a sandwich? Brent says no. A burger's a burger.
All right.
Okay.
This comes from Andrew.
All right.
Brent's take on this burger talk is getting me frustrated.
Oh, okay.
It's like this.
All right.
All burgers are sandwiches. Not all sandwiches are burgers in the same way. All squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares.
Wow.
You don't call a square a rectangle when it's clearly a square. But it doesn't mean it's no longer a rectangle. A burger is a sandwich, Brent. Rant over.
That was deep.
That's way deep.
My goodness. Okay.
All right, in my opinion, hamburger is a sandwich unless it does not have bread. Then it's hamburger steak. I guess we already had that.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I'm losing here. I don't think I'm going to win this one. I just don't.
Can we?
I don't know. It's just a burger's a burger.
Can we meet some common ground here then?
Sure, yeah.
All right. Technically, a hamburger probably is a sandwich because it's protein between two pieces of bread. Okay?
Yeah, if that's how you look at a sandwich.
But commonly, it's not thought of as a sandwich. It's thought of as a burger or hamburger. Is that good enough?
See, okay, the thing that clouds this for me is...
Jeez, I'm trying to...
Okay. No, I see where you're going, but we have created... It used to be, it was a hamburger. You had a hamburger, and then you'd put cheese on it, so it would be a cheeseburger. Now, my goodness, how many different ways is there to make a burger? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so to me, because of the way the hamburger has evolved in the way we make it and the different ways we can make it, to me, now you have a separation between burgers and sandwiches. Because now it's not just a hamburger. It's almost like the plain hamburger is a type of burger. Do you follow me here?
I do, but let's go back to the tumbleweed menu.
All right.
Hamburgers are under the category sandwiches. Hamburger and buns
Okay.
are under the sandwich
right.
category.
Yeah,
Over on
all
the
right.
specialty items is when you get into the fancier meals, like what you're talking about. But here's the thing that bothers some
But there,
people.
but now there are I know there are restaurants that on the menu separate burgers from sandwiches. I think there are some, I know I've seen it, where it says burgers and sandwiches.
Well, let's call a couple places this morning.
All right.
We got a couple of places downtown. We have Legends.
Legends
and-
was on my
and
mind.
we
I
have-
would like to know what Legends says on this.
We have Bonfire.
Yeah,
Pub.
Bonfire would be a good one.
Now, I know they both have their different hamburgers, specialty sandwiches.
Yeah, okay.
Now, to me, being an old
But I
Nebraska
think-
guy, I would just soon have a regular hamburger.
Okay.
Because I don't like the ones that are so big you can't get your mouth, you can't actually
Oh,
bite.
man, yeah. It's almost like you have to eat them with a fork.
Well, cut them in
'Cause
half,
you-
and then the bread
yeah.
falls apart, and, they should call that something else.
Okay.
Not a hamburger, but that's what they call them. Burger, I don't know, whatever. And I'm not talking about Legends or Bonfire.
Mhm.
But if you see, watch a TV. My God, some of the hamburgers that they show you that have 4 slices of hamburger in there, bacon, and you couldn't. There's no way you could pick that up and eat it.
I know.
Now I'm getting worked up.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Well, we better do some other business
Okay,
first
yeah,
before
we
we get.
probably should.
We'll do our survey here in just a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
The phone's ringing.
This is great.
Let me talk a little bit about Viera Wireless.
Okay.
Thank them. They were used last night for the video, and we should talk about that real quick. Great broadcast last night, watching and listening to the radio, and you covered the games in Arnold last night, and Viera Wireless was the equipment used to send the video stream. Trapper Jim has got a thought. Okay.
Oh, good.
So thank you to Viera Wireless. We appreciate that very much. And you'll see their logo on our breakfast show page as they help us with what we do here. And they're located here in Broken Bow on the north side of the square. There's also stores in Kearney, North Platte, Ord that we know of. And just go to the nearest one to you. One here in Broken Bow is on the north side of the square. Let's find out what Trapper has on his mind. Good morning, Trapper Jim.
Hi. I have an opinion. To me, a hamburger should be placed in a bun.
Okay.
And then it's a hamburger. Otherwise, if it's placed between 2 slices of bread, it's a hamburger sandwich.
Ah, okay. So you're separating it depending on whether it's on a bun or just between 2 pieces of bread.
Yes, and then,
Okay.
of course, if there's no wheat involved, then it's hamburger and potatoes and gravy.
Yeah.
Now, Trapper Jim, when you, as a young person or even as a grown man now, when you put the hamburger between 2 pieces of bread, some of us still do that. Maybe we prefer it that way, or maybe we didn't go to the store and get the buns.
Yeah, right.
So we use the bread. How does that work for you? Does that hamburger, does it, if you put condiments on the hamburger, then does that bread hold up for you, or does it fall apart in little pieces?
It soaks up everything, and it's soft and mushy.
Yeah, yeah.
It does a good, solid, homemade bun is the way to eat a hamburger.
I'm with Trapper Jim.
We knew that you would have it right, Trapper Jim. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Take care. It's good to hear from you.
I will. Bye.
Bye. Whew, boy, this is a hot topic this morning.
I'm kind of following that a little bit. Bun versus bread.
Mm-hmm.
Just 2 slices of bread out of a loaf.
It's okay for a while, but if you put ketchup or put pickles on it, it can get kind of messy.
Yeah. Well, good example. I grilled some hamburgers over the weekend and ran out of buns. Still had one left. I warmed it up. Had a loaf of French bread, so I cut 2 pieces of French bread, slapped it in between. And I got to be honest, as I'm eating it, I maybe just a quick thought of, boy, this is almost like a sandwich.
Oh, there you go.
As opposed to a hamburger.
There you go.
So there could be something there with the whole
there
thought
could
of...
be something there. Jeez.
But I think Trapper Jim was on my side, though, because he is saying there's a burger's not a sandwich. If you put it on a bun, then you got a burger.
Well, you know, you're on the old platform as bad as I get sometimes. We're going to take a quick time out, and we're going to come back and take care of some people who we want to talk about here this morning. And then we'll get Jeremy in here because he can look up phone numbers a lot faster than we can.
There you go.
Stay tuned.
Central Nebraska's Sports Source presents live coverage of high school basketball. Join us on Saturday for a special high school sports presentation as we'll be at the Indian Gym in Broken Bow for the first ever Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. A live video stream of all of the day's games with play-by-play will be available on the following KCNI KBBN platforms. They include YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. The day begins with Pleasanton against Adams Central at 11 o'clock, followed at 1 by North Central against Malcolm. At 3, the Mullen Lady Broncos will face Louisville, followed by Broken Bow against Oakland Craig at 5. The Mullen and Broken Bow games will also be broadcast on KBBN 95.3 FM and on KBBN.com. It's live video and radio coverage of the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase this Saturday on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Start your new year off right by staying healthy and shopping at Barney Health Mart, your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. They have many different vitamin supplements at Barney's to choose from, on sale now. Once daily women's or men's 100-count tablets, or women's 50-plus or men's 50-plus 65 counts are $5.99. Health Mart Century or Century 50-plus tablets are $6.99. Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Changing the world, one life at a time.
It's an awesome product. I've got my uncle on it, my mom on it. I've got 4 or 5 of my best friends from high school on it. They all have their own little story to tell about this condition or that conditioning going away. So kudos. It's just an amazing product.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Go to balanceofnature.com today and use discount code FRUITS.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Squares sweepstakes is back. Every time the score changes, someone wins $50,000. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. See rules and enter for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 55.
No purchase necessary. Legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. of age of majority. Ends February 4th. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030. The NFL is not sponsored promotion in any way.
Did that say Super Bowl 55? Are we to Super Bowl 55?
Must be.
Is that what it's going to be?
Must be.
Wow, 55 Super Bowls. Whoa.
Packers won most of them.
Oh, brother.
Hey, just so you know, they're still going to have the Puppy Bowl.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I wonder what number we are on the Puppy Bowl.
I've got the info here. This was a hot story
I
this
kind of
morning.
remember when that started. Kind of remember the first one.
Had it right here in this. Yeah, Puppy Bowl has not been canceled due to COVID. It will air on Sunday, February 7th on the Discovery and Animal Planet channel. And all of them will be up for adoption after the big game. And get this, every single puppy from the last 16 games has been adopted.
Wow.
Yep. That is a winning streak we hope never ends.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty nice. All right, we want to talk a little bit about, we're having this conversation. Sometimes we get to talking at the same time when you get all worked up about sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And it's hard to hear. But then there's times, too, that you wonder, even when you're watching TV and you realize how loud you've turned it up to hear it, if maybe you don't have a little loss of hearing going on. And the best way to peace of mind is to go get checked.
That's right. And you can go get checked right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Just contact our friend Roxanne, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist, with over 30 years of experience here with the Nebraska Land Hearing Center in Broken Bow. Some specials going on right now. Receive a $500 discount for buying local, trade-in values on old hearing aids. Call Roxanne to find out more about that. Also, a $1,500 stimulus special. Call Roxanne at this number to find out more about these wonderful ways to save. And the phone number to call is 308-384-3852. You know, we talked about these financial things and the way to save there. The most important thing is save your hearing.
Yes.
And Roxanne can help you do that. So give her a call today at 308-384-3852.
All right, couple jobs that are available out there for you to apply for. As Brent Apperson settles down now, he'll be able to bring those to you here on The Breakfast Show.
Yes, there are a couple of job opportunities you'll see on sandhillsexpress.com by going to the employment page. One of them is at Anselmo Myrna Public Schools, where they are looking for a custodian to join their great team. Anselmo Myrna has a custodial opening and is currently accepting applications. They offer an excellent health insurance and benefits package with a highly competitive hourly pay rate. To apply, please contact Logan Lightfoot at the school at 308-643-2224. You can also email him at logan.lightfoot@amcoyotes.org. Be a learner, be a leader, be a coyote.
Want to thank Alan Neff. He just sent Brent and yours truly 2 pieces of chocolate cake. Said this is the best that is available. I know, Alan, that if either one of the Marges that we talked about this morning were making that, it would be just a touch better. But this looks really rich and good.
Oh, it looks great. Can't wait to dig into it.
Thank you, Alan.
One more job opportunity you'll see on Sandhills Express right now. Sergeant Drilling Company in Broken Bow is looking for help and is accepting applications for full-time employment. They offer competitive wages, holiday and vacation pay, health insurance, and a 401k. A good driving record is required, and a CDL is preferred. You can apply in person at their office at West Highway 2 in Broken Bow or call 872-5125. Sergeant Drilling Company is an equal opportunity employer.
All right. The phone lines are lighting up here this morning over this, what started out to be just discussing a study by a university stating that you're more satisfied when you have a hot sandwich than a cold sandwich. This turned into a rant, if you would, really, from Brent Apperson.
Not necessarily a rant. Have I been ranting?
Well, you've been very, very authoritative about your beliefs in sandwiches and hamburgers, and that's okay. It's all right. And we've had a lot of participation from listeners, their thoughts on it as well. Plus, we ended up with a couple pieces of cake out of the deal.
I know. It's a win-win.
And looks like we're going to try to get hold of a couple restaurants, maybe 2 or 3 here this morning. So we'll probably run a little long. And do you want me to try or...
What are we doing? What are you needing?
Well, if you want to go for the bonfire, I'll go for Legends.
Oh, we're just trying to find phone numbers? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, used to use a phone book, but now...
Okay, all right.
So I'm going to Google there. And,
all right.
Well, there's last night's video on my phone. Boy, that turned out nice. All right.
I got to find the... What are these things on our phones that you touch? Icons or what? Apps? I don't know.
Well, as we were just discussing, they can be as like a trigger of a firearm if you don't use them right.
Let's see. Which one did you want me to go after?
Legends.
Okay. Oh, you want me to go after Legends?
I'm doing Legends.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're doing Legends. Okay. Well, we will be going long on the show today.
Jeremy.
Brent and Dave are trying to Google and find phone numbers. Oh, I think I got the bonfire here for you.
Oh, I got the neighborhood, too.
All right.
Trouble is, some of these don't show you the number. They just say, push the button to call.
That always makes me nervous.
Yeah, I can't do... Well, I can do that. All right, let me get the phone line up here. You shoot me the number. Please.
Okay.
Please, Brent.
Sure. For the bonfire, 872-6662. Hope that's right.
Yeah, close enough. It's early, you know.
Now, who
I don't
do we
know.
want to talk to there? The chef, if he's available?
Sierra Hotel and Bonfire, this is Cindy. How can I help you?
Hi, Cindy. This is Dave and Brent on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We want you to know that you're live on the air. How are you doing this morning?
Great.
Good, good. Cindy, we need to talk to somebody about hamburgers on your menu.
Okay, let me see if I can find Scott.
All right, if you can find Scott, that would be good.
Okay, let me see if we can get a hold of him.
And if you can't find Scott, if you can just grab a menu, we just like to know where your hamburgers are listed. But we'd like to talk to Scott if he's available.
Okay, let me see if I can find him.
Thank you.
Oh, that's nice. I like that music. Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah. It's kind of nice. It's kind of like they have an elevator there. I wonder if the
They
music
do.
goes over their elevator.
It would be fitting.
Yeah.
Ba-bum, bum, bum. Doo-doo.
Oh, there's a picture of a meal.
You know what? Maybe I might even be able to access the menu on my phone. Can you do that?
I
It
bet I can. On
menu.
Yeah, this one does too. Jeremy's going, oh my God. There's the breakfast menu.
Okay, here we go. I've got, well, all right, I'm looking at, oh boy, it's got, now I'm looking on my phone. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily the menu you would find in the bonfire and how it reads, but it says sandwiches, and then it lists several sandwiches. And then at the bottom of the sandwich list, it does say the Arrow Burger.
On the one on Legends that says burgers and sandwiches.
Ah, see?
And
okay.
then you can build your own.
Okay.
That's what it says at the bottom
Now,
there.
see, to me, that separates them. You got a burger and you have a sandwich.
But this says burgers and sandwiches.
Well, I know.
Well, they're in the same category.
But you're saying a burger is a sandwich. If a burger was a sandwich, then they would just say sandwiches and list the burgers there, but they say burgers and sandwiches.
I don't know how to go any further with this. It's a piece of protein between two pieces of bread.
I know. I still like what Trapper Jim said when he called in. I do think whether it's on a bun or not makes a difference.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
Okay. Hi, Cindy. You're back?
I could not find Scott, so I guess you've got me.
Well, that's fine,
Hey,
Cindy.
that's fine.
He's probably in the back somewhere grinding up some hamburger, would be my guess.
Well, he isn't even in the building yet.
Oh,
my.
Well, then he'll have to grind fast when he gets there.
Yes, he will.
We were looking online at the menus, but we'd like to get your opinion as well. Now, at the bonfire on the online, how's it listed, Brent?
Okay, well, first off, we're kind of having a debate here. Early in our radio show, Dave kind of referred to a hamburger as a sandwich. Now, I came back at Dave and said, what are you talking about? A hamburger's not a sandwich. A burger's a burger. And a sandwich is a sandwich. And so, but Dave is saying a hamburger is a sandwich. So we're kind of doing a little investigative reporting, and we were wondering if on the bonfire menu, if your burgers were listed under the sandwich category, or if they by chance had their separate category of burger.
Well, it actually, in our menu, it is under the sandwich category.
Okay.
But guys,
yes.
It does have its own little part here. It's under the bonfire burger or Arrow Burger, so it's in its own little department right here, but it is under sandwiches.
Okay.
Now, Cindy, let me ask you then personally, how you feel about that. Do you feel like a burger is a sandwich, or is it's in its own category?
That is a good question.
Yeah, we've had a lot of debate on that today.
Well, you do have two. You have a bun, and it is in bread, so I guess you could categorize it as a sandwich.
And then here's the other question. This all started with a study that took place by a university that concluded, and this is science from the Western Washington University, that found that people who eat cold sandwiches at lunch were less full and more likely to fill up on chips and snacks compared to people who eat a hot sandwich. This is what started this all. Now, in your experience watching people at your restaurant, do people tend to have chips more with a cold sandwich than they do a hot sandwich?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that study was probably correct then. But you feel like that if there's protein between two pieces of bread, it is really technically a sandwich?
It's just a really good question there.
Yeah, I know. I see.
I don't know what to say.
That's all right.
I know. I hear you. I don't know. To me, a burger's different.
It is different, I guess.
Yeah.
It is, because it's warm. A sandwich seems like it's more like a cold.
Yeah.
Well, with a, I don't know. When I think of a sandwich,
But then you got your hot beef too. That's called a sandwich too. So
When I think of a sandwich, for some reason, my mind goes to sliced meat.
Right.
Well, you can have a peanut butter sandwich.
Then okay, yeah,
Peanut butter and
PB&J.
jelly.
I don't know.
Tuna sandwich. You like tuna, Cindy?
Yes, I do.
I do too. A lot of people don't like tuna sandwiches. Now, do you put mayo with tuna and mix it up? Do you put?
Oh yeah.
Do you put little pickles in there too?
Oh yeah.
All right. Ooh, yeah. Cindy,
got to make it good.
Yes. Well, I know you guys make it good at the bonfire. We appreciate you taking the time today, and I'm with you. It's a tough question to answer, and
It is.
and why stir up hard feelings, right?
Yeah, I guess it's whatever you want it to be.
That's really good, Cindy. Thanks a lot.
Well, you guys have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Very, very smart young lady there.
Yep.
And very diplomatic as
Mhm.
well. Now, let's see here. I was working on... Oh, I got... Oh. I can't get it to...
This is enjoyment for me, just watching Dave operate his phone.
Well...
I thought you found the phone number.
I did.
Or you didn't.
Well, I didn't find the phone number. I found the website.
And we're talking about Legends now, right?
Yeah, and I'm looking at their menu. And the menu says burgers and sandwiches at Legends.
See? Okay, there you go. A separation. Burgers and sandwiches.
Yeah.
Not just sandwiches.
But I'm trying to get back out of this, and it won't. I'm not having any. There's a wine list.
Hey, speaking of that, we got to talk Whiskey Barrel yet.
Oh, jump right in.
Wonder what Stan would say.
Oh.
Burger or sandwich?
We might have to call him. Okay. I'm back to... okay.
Yep,
Now
yep,
what I'm
oh,
going to do
oh.
here, I'm going to go to the website.
Jeremy's pulling his hair out right now. I can just...
Well, it's handy, very handy to have, this little the phone that you just push and it dials it up for you. But
yeah.
I was wanting to run it through the board.
Absolutely.
And I I'll just try it this way. Let me just do it this
way. That's okay. Let me.
Oh no! Wait. Here it is. Okay.
Oh, you find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta hit that for a second. I'll get it. Now it's blinking. It won't let go. There. Okay, now we'll get it. There we go. Well, one thing about it, you're not going to have to worry about me taking a selfie photo of myself creating a crime because I can't hardly dial a phone. It's not going to ring, is it?
I don't know. Did you dial the right number?
Do you have to dial the 1?
I don't know.
Sometimes.
There you go. Now I think you got it on the air.
I'm just going to go 308 then. Not the 1.
All right. Oops.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
Your call cannot be completed
As dialed.
Well,
is it an 872 number or it's something
no,
else?
it's not. It's a.
Where's Shannon? She knows the number.
I know.
She's got to know the number.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please.
Well, how do you
check
want
the
me to
number
dial it? I've used the 1.
again,
I've used
or
the
call the
308.
operator for assistance. We're
I'm going to try this.
Maybe we need to talk to Mid Plains Community College about a community education course about just how to dial numbers.
Well, let's get Shannon, because I'm not getting through on the number.
Kristen's got to be listening. She should be. We got to have their number like in our system or something. Maybe she can just bring it up. Bring us the number.
Oh, let's do this. Okay.
You okay?
No.
What are you trying to do now?
I just don't get it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I just have to
All right.
transfer the names because they're not
What?
correct.
Legends. Phone number for Legends.
I'm calling Colleen.
Colleen?
Yeah. Shannon.
Oh. You always mess. Oh,
Shannon.
there she is.
Yes.
Would you come in here and bring a phone book with you and bring your phone?
We need the number to Legends.
You need the number to Legend?
Yeah. You know it off the top of your head?
I don't know it off the top of my head.
That's all right.
That's because you're using a cell phone, and it's a cell phone, and you don't have to remember the number if you have a cell phone.
Exactly. I mean, people ask me, they want to call my wife. What's your wife's number? I have no clue. Let me check my phone.
Okay, well, I will bring it in to you.
Okay, bring also a phone book because I would like to call the City Cafe.
Oh. I don't know where. We have a phone book, Dave? Where do we have a phone book at?
Yeah, we have a phone book.
I don't think that's funny at all.
Okay, I'll be in soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. In the meantime, we'll take this little break. We'll be back.
This month, Taco John's is turning Taco Tuesday into Taco Tuesday. Get our famous 6-pack and a pound with 6 savory beef tacos and a pound of crispy potato olays for $2 off any day of the week. Taco John's. See you in the drive-thru.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable, and serving part-time can help you graduate debt-free. Do you want to stay close to friends and family? The Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving part-time in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want. Learn more by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
All right, class, there's an element you need to know about. Its symbol is RN, and it's not a nurse. We're talking about radon. Now, don't worry, class, you won't be tested on this, but your house should be. Radon is a cancer-causing natural radioactive gas that you can't see, smell, or taste, and it's commonly found in Nebraska homes, so give your home a test. The Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services asked me to pass this message on to you. So go to their website at dhhs.ne.gov/radon for more on how to test your home. Oh, class dismissed.
You're looking for soybeans that give you the yield you want. But when it comes to fighting your toughest weeds, you also need flexibility. Introducing Extend Flex soybeans. Elite genetics with triple tolerance to dicamba, glyphosate, and glufosinate. The yield you want, the choice you need. Learn more at extendflexsoy.com. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
All right, Shannon's in the studio with us this morning, Shannon.
Good morning.
Did I say good morning, Shannon? Or did I say good morning, Shannon?
I don't know.
I don't really know. I just went with good morning back.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
When you eat a cold sandwich and then you eat a hot sandwich, which one makes you feel fuller?
I like hot sandwiches.
Okay. All right. So I could not get through on my phone to Legends. I'm sure it was my fault, but I dialed the 1308.
You don't have to put a 1 before it.
Well, I dialed it without the 1.
Yeah. Do you still have to dial the 308?
No.
No.
You just dial the 767.
Okay.
And then 2066. You don't have to do anything before it. It's just like an 870.
Well, I'm old enough to remember when you didn't have to dial the 872, and you just dialed the last digits.
What?
Yeah.
That was a thing?
I think when I first started working here, you just dialed 2 and then the 4 numbers.
You didn't dial the 87.
Really?
Sir, yeah.
Yeah. You didn't have to dial the 87, just 2, 5, 6, 5, whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
But now I don't. So I don't have to dial the 1 or the 308. Why do they have it on there then? Why do they list it? If I'm not supposed to dial it that way, why is it there?
Well, because if you live in like Arnold, you would have to put the 1 and the 308, and then do.
But this is a 749 number.
No, it's 767.
Well, what 767? That's not a local number.
It is now, yeah.
It's
Dairy
a local
Queen's,
cell number.
No, Dairy Queen's is
just a local number?
767.
Oh, really?
I think Solomon's Dentistry might. I mean, some of those ones that are like newer. I mean, Solomon came from Myrna, so then when theirs changed, I think theirs was different too.
Why can't they just leave things the same as it always was?
I know there's a few of them that have 760, and it's usually your local ones.
Okay.
All right, give me the number.
767
767 20
66.
Okay.
Nope, then
but
did you get the wrong number? Oh, Bernie.
But they're not open yet.
Well, you don't want you to tell me that to start with.
Well, I just thought of that.
Oh, man. Well, I don't know if you've been hearing what we've been talking about, but here's the deal. Dave, this morning, referred to a hamburger as a sandwich. And then I'll be honest, I heard that and I kind of like, what? To me, a hamburger's not a burger's a burger, a sandwich is a sandwich. And so we wanted to call Legends to see to see what they thought about it. Because we got to thinking, well, how does it show up on the menu? Does it show up, is a burger separate from a sandwich on the menu?
I think so.
Or is it under sandwiches?
I'm trying to, I think, I know it's not under sandwiches.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
But I think she just names, I don't think it says like just burgers, but I think she just like names certain ones that they have.
Online, Legends has burgers and sandwiches.
Yeah, burgers and sandwiches. Separation.
Tumbleweed has sandwiches with burgers under it.
Yeah.
But then when you get more specialty burgers, then it's under specialties.
Now, see, to me, that's what is starting to separate the burger from the sandwich category, because there's so many different ways you can have a burger now, which like makes it its own category.
True, because, I mean, how often do you change a BLT up? A BLT is a BLT sandwich. Whereas, like a burger, I mean, you could do whatever you want. You can put onion rings in it, eggs on it.
And they all have fancy names now.
I noticed, at least I feel like I've noticed on menus that they have the separation. You got your sandwiches, and then you have your burgers. But I went and ate lunch at Lazy D's in Taylor, and theirs was under sandwiches.
Ah, okay.
I noticed that.
Okay. All right. So can you get the City Cafe number?
Yes, I can. Maybe. Where's it at?
That would be an 872.
It would be if I could learn my alphabet.
Hope you enjoy the dial
Here we
tone,
go.
folks.
Okay.
In the background.
2779. I could get my cell, and we could call Keely.
Yeah.
City Cafe, this is Betty.
Is this Betty Boop?
Yes, it is. For you.
Oh, we're good. This is Dave, Brent, and Shannon on The Breakfast Show. We've got a terrible debate going on I'd like to get cleared up before we close the show this morning, Betty. And so we're calling some of our area restaurants. And one thing we have been doing, really not maybe on purpose, but we did just get a thank you for promoting beef, which is nice. On your menu, Betty, do you have hamburgers listed under sandwiches or separately?
Sandwiches.
Okay, so a hamburger is under the category of sandwiches at the City Cafe.
Yes.
And they are delicious,
fun.
by the way. They're very good.
Thank you.
Now, in your mind, is a hamburger a sandwich?
In my mind, yes.
Okay.
It is.
Because it's on bread.
Okay.
Between two pieces of bread, right? And then let me ask you this. There was a university study that showed when people eat cold sandwiches, they don't seem to feel as full as when they have a hot sandwich, so they actually eat more like in chips and added things when they have a cold sandwich. Have you noticed that trend at the City Cafe at all?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, what's the special today?
Today we're having Dorito casserole.
Ooh,
yummy. That sounds good.
Ooh. But you know what? You can just have a hamburger. I do that every once in a while.
Yep, you can.
And if I've asked you not to toast the buns, you always make sure the buns are not toasted.
That's what I try to do. There's some people that doesn't like that bun toasted.
Well, if I wanted a piece of toast, I'd order toast.
Exactly, and then it's just extra butter on your bread.
Yes.
Wow.
Betty, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a good day.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
Bye. That's Betty Boop.
Wow. What a show today. We've tackled the controversy of is a hamburger or is a burger a sandwich, or is it kind of stand on its own? And now we've moved into toasted buns. Wow.
Yeah, I hate it when my buns are
Unbelievable.
toasted. I know. Anybody toast my buns, they're looking for trouble.
I like a bun slightly toasted, like when they put butter
I
and they
do
put it
kind
on
of
the
too.
grill a little
I
bit.
kind of do too. Yep.
It's so good.
Well, why don't you just, as, Patty mentioned, why don't you just get a couple pieces of toast and put a hamburger between it?
Yeah.
Oh, did you have Keely's number?
I didn't bring my phone in here.
Okay.
I grabbed the phone book, and I grabbed the number.
Are they on the phone book?
No, not her cell phone.
No. Oh, her cell phone.
I'd have to call her cell, but I can go grab it.
You don't think they're open yet? Doesn't she maybe? And she
No, she opens at 11:30.
Oh, so they're probably not started yet.
No.
And we would call the Tumbleweed Cafe, but we did have a customer call in. Debbie called in and said that hamburgers are under sandwiches there. And I know Carmen well enough to know she'd prefer not to talk to us.
As would a lot of people.
But
all right.
So I don't know if we really solved it or not.
I don't think there's any solving this. It's just. I think it's an ongoing debate.
How much time we got left?
We got 10 minutes.
Okay. We need to kind of promote the Whiskey Bureau yet. I would like to get Stan's take.
Oh, boy.
On what he thinks.
Okay.
Is a burger a sandwich, or does it stand on its own?
Got his number there?
No, I don't. I don't.
Here, let me look it up in my phone book.
Okay. I do have one more live read to do.
Oh, go ahead.
While we're doing this. Now, hey, we're talking hamburger. Well, you can get hamburger on a pizza.
Yes.
But we know pizza's not a sandwich. Pizza's pizza.
You could make a sandwich with a pizza.
Well, Pizza Hut in Broken Bow. Their dining room is still closed, so we want to remind you about that, but open for carry-out and delivery. And here's the specials they have going on today through the weekend. Today and tomorrow, get a large 3-topping stuffed crust pizza with breadsticks and a cookie or brownie, all for $22.99.
Delicious.
That's today and tomorrow. Then you go to Sunday, and their special will be a large 3-topping pizza with breadsticks and 8 bone-out wings, all for $24.99. And they're looking for some good help at Pizza Hut, so if you're looking for a great place to work, check it out at Pizza Hut in Broken Bow, hiring now for all types of positions.
Do those wings have bones in them?
Well, you have some that do and some that don't now. The ones that do are the traditional wings, right?
That's right.
Okay.
And then you have your boneless.
You could have a boneless chicken wing sandwich.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be like a chicken sandwich? I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, that Shannon's such a smart aleck.
All right, I've got your whiskey barrel for you. 6655.
Gosh, I'm really good on the phone.
You're talented.
Whiskey Barrel?
Yeah, Stan, this is Brent and Dave and Shannon on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Just want you to know you're on the air. How you doing?
Your timing is just perfect.
Oh, good.
Absolutely perfect.
Good.
I can't talk now.
Oh, you can't?
Okay.
I cannot talk now. I have two customers that I have to ring out.
Okay.
And one of them is going to use a credit card, and it's on this phone line.
Oh. Well, could we ask you just one quick question?
No, my customers come first.
Okay.
Is a hamburger a sandwich?
Or does it stand alone?
What difference does it make? It's delicious, but I don't think that you should be putting potatoes. You know, they're doing that now, the potatoes on a hamburger thing. It just sounds horrible. But thanks anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks, Stan.
Bye, Stan.
See you guys. Bye.
Oh,
He said it doesn't matter, Dave.
Wow.
What does it matter?
I'm with
He
him on
is
the
right
potatoes.
about the delicious part. There's just nothing better than a good old
yeah.
beef hamburger, man.
I can eat two of them at a time.
Really?
Yeah, with nothing else, just two hamburgers.
Yeah.
Don't toast the buns though.
No, don't want to do that.
No. So do you have you don't have Keely's number?
No, I'll go get my phone, though, if you would like.
All right,
to
we
call.
got enough time. We'll try it. Because we want to talk a little bit about the games tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, tonight we're going to be in Litchfield, Nebraska, area basketball doubleheader between Ansley, Litchfield, and Twin Loop. Girls game tipping at 6, boys to follow, and those will be on the radio at KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. And then really excited about tomorrow, we're going to be at the first ever Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase, which will be played here in Broken Bow. And we'll have 4 games on our live video stream for you on all of our media platforms. The day will begin with Pleasanton against Adams Central at 11. That'll be followed by Malcolm against North Central at 1. Around 3, Mullen will play Louisville, and then the day will conclude with Broken Bow against Oakland Craig at around 5. All 4 of those games will be live video streamed on all of our platforms. We'll do the play-by-play on all 4 of them. And then when we get to our 2 area teams, Mullen and Broken Bow, those 2 games will be on the radio as well on KBBN 95.3 FM.
All right, thank you very much. I'm going to do some more fancy phone work here. I didn't really think Keely wanted her cell number
Right on
over the air.
Right over the air.
'Cause she has a lot of admirers, and I don't think she wants everybody to know.
Hello?
Is this Keely?
It is.
Keely, this is Dave and Brent and Shannon on the Breakfast Show. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're good. We're good.
You're live on the air too, Keely. Just
so
want to
you
let you
know.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, if you
So
want
I
to
should
say...
probably watch my language, huh?
Yeah, and don't say anything about Bill on the air.
Oh, okay. I won't. It's all good, though, you know.
Hey, we're having a debate today, and we don't have a lot of time. If I let Brent explain it, he'll go on for about 3 minutes because he's wanting to jade you. But in your mind, Keely, and you guys sell lots of different types of hamburgers there at Legends. Is a hamburger in your menu listed under sandwich or on its own?
It is listed with the sandwiches.
It's listed under sandwiches. All right.
Yes.
But Keely, do you consider a burger a sandwich? To me, a burger is like a standalone. It's a burger. It's not necessarily a sandwich. What do you think?
Well, you know, I'm going to have to go with the sandwich thing because...
Really?
Yep. Now, according to my Purcell side of the family, a sandwich, I mean, this is a big debatable thing. I mean, it's a huge debate on our family because, you know, it's something between 2 pieces of bread.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, therefore, technically, hamburgers would be a sandwich.
Okay. Now, do you consider... Now, see, to me, there's a difference, though, between a bun and just 2 pieces of bread.
That's true.
and to me, because I don't know, the bun almost like separates it, and because and I know you guys like cook up these amazing different types of burgers, and so because the burger has now because, you know, it used to be you just had a plain hamburger, but now it's like taking on a whole new life of its own to where you can make them in so many different ways. To me, it now like makes the burger stand alone, away from the sandwich.
Well, you know, our burgers are good enough to stand on their own.
Yeah.
But I still prefer a sandwich.
Okay.
Still a sandwich.
So, what, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh,
no,
we were
a
talking
hot
about
dog's
that
a hot
too.
dog.
But what? Okay. Yes.
Oh, Keely, you opened up a whole new can of.
This is going to have to be Monday's show.
Well, this is continued. To be continued. Hey, real quick though, you guys offer peanut butter on your hamburgers?
We do.
Yeah. See, that's going a little too far, Keely.
Oh, it's so good, Dave.
But here's the other thing. I want you to know we discovered this morning during our research, we had someone give us the history of a hamburger. It was actually named Hamburger in Germany for Hamburg, Germany, during a fair there, World's Fair. But then we got another text that even went back further than that. And I hate to say this, and I don't want to ruin it for everybody going into the weekend, but it's possible that the hamburger was actually started in Russia. So as they may change it to the Putin burger.
What?
Thank you for your time, Keely.
Well, thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful afternoon.
You too.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
All
Talk
right.
to you later.
Bye.
All right. Isn't that scary? It could be a Russian-made sandwich. Doesn't bother you?
Nah, they're still good.
What's tartar?
Don't know.
Beef tartar?
Beef I don't know.
I don't know.
That's where that was mentioned that the sailors may have brought beef tartar, to other countries because it was shredded. It was a shredded beef. And that may have been where it started.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way it is on this Friday.
I think it's cool. We're talking about hamburgers and stuff, and we hear the cow moo as we end. That's a great way to end the show.
There's the end result of who really takes it in the end. Take care.